15 habits that ruin your car and waste your money. Most drivers are secretly destroying their cars, not by accidents, but by everyday habits that feel completely harmless. And the scary part? These habits slowly eat away at your engine, transmission, and tires until one day you're staring at a repair bill that could pay for a vacation. In this video, we'll break down 15 common mistakes drivers make, why they're so damaging, and how you can fix them before they drain your wallet. Stick around until the very end, because the number one habit is something almost every driver has done at least once, and it can kill an engine in minutes. Habit 15. Driving with the tank almost empty. A lot of people treat the low fuel light like a challenge. How far can I get before I really run out? But here's the truth. Running your tank near empty doesn't just risk leaving you stranded. It puts serious stress on your fuel pump. Fuel pumps are cooled and lubricated by the gasoline itself. When levels are low, the pump runs hotter and wears out faster. On top of that, all the gunk at the bottom of your tank, rust, dirt, condensation water, gets sucked into the fuel system, clogging filters and injectors. Replacing a fuel pump today? That'll run you between $800 and $1,200, because it usually requires dropping the whole tank. Better habit: keep your tank at least 1/4 full. It keeps the pump healthy, prevents debris from entering the system, and saves you from that dreaded out-of-fuel call on the side of the highway. Habit 14. Constant short trips. Quick trips to the grocery store, coffee run, or school drop-off might seem harmless, but they're actually hard on your engine. Why? Because your car never reaches full operating temperature. Engines naturally produce water vapor and fuel residue during combustion. At proper temperature, the heat burns those off. But on short trips, moisture and fuel mix with your oil, turning it into sludge that corrodes seals and blocks passages. This sludge can eventually cause catastrophic engine damage long before you hit high mileage. Better habit: combine short errands into one longer trip. If short drives are unavoidable, change your oil more often, every 3,000 to 5,000 miles instead of stretching it. Habit 13. Resting your hand on the gear shifter. Many manual drivers cruise with one hand resting on the shifter. Seems harmless, right? But even light pressure transfers force to delicate parts inside the transmission, especially the shift forks and synchronizers. These parts are engineered for quick gear changes, not constant sideways pressure. Over time, this habit can lead to gear grinding, hard shifts, or even premature transmission failure. And with manual transmissions becoming less common, repairs are expensive and parts harder to find. Better habit: keep both hands on the wheel unless you're shifting. Rest your hand on the armrest or center console instead. It's safer and far cheaper in the long run. Habit 12. Not using the parking brake. Most people only engage the parking brake when they're on a hill, but ignoring it puts extra stress on your transmission's parking pawl, a small metal piece that holds the entire weight of your car when it's in park. That little component was never designed to bear thousands of pounds indefinitely. Over time, it wears out, making it harder to shift out of park. In worst cases, the car can even roll away. Better habit: always set the parking brake before putting the car into park, even on flat ground. It shifts the load to your brake system, which is built to hold it, and takes stress off the transmission. Habit 11. Hard acceleration right after starting. You're late for work, you start the car, and immediately floor it down the street. Sounds familiar? This habit is brutal for your engine. Cold oil is thick, and metal parts haven't yet expanded to their optimal tolerances. Asking for maximum power right after startup is like forcing someone to sprint straight out of bed. Better habit: let the car idle for 30 seconds, then drive gently for the first few minutes. Once the temperature gauge starts moving, you're good to go. Habit 10. Flooring it at every light. Rapid takeoffs might feel fun, but they come at a cost. Aggressive acceleration burns fuel unnecessarily, puts extreme stress on the transmission, and wears down tires faster. You might save a few seconds getting to the next stoplight, but you're also shaving years off your drivetrain's life. Better habit: accelerate smoothly. Studies show gradual acceleration improves fuel economy by up to 50%. Plus, your passengers will thank you for the smoother ride. Habit 9. Ignoring the air filter. Your engine breathes air just like you do, and when the filter is clogged, it's like running a marathon while breathing through a dirty sock. A dirty filter reduces airflow, causing poor fuel economy, sluggish performance, and extra strain on the engine. The fix? A new filter usually costs less than $30 and takes minutes to install. Better habit: check it at every oil change. Replace it when it looks dirty, not just when the manual says it's due. Habit 8. Driving in the wrong gear. Lugging the engine. Driving in high gear at low speed might feel fuel efficient, but in reality, it forces the engine to struggle. This creates high cylinder pressures, incomplete combustion, and even knocking, all of which damage pistons and bearings. Manual drivers often do this to save gas, but it ends up costing more in long-term repairs. Better habit: downshift when needed. Modern engines are designed to rev safely at 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. Don't be afraid to let the engine work in its comfort zone. Habit 7. Underinflated tires. Soft tires don't just hurt fuel efficiency, they also generate extra heat, wear unevenly, and are more likely to blow out at highway speeds. Being just 5 psi low can reduce mileage by 2–3% and cut tire life in half. Better habit: check tire pressure monthly. When the tires are cold, don't rely on the sidewall number. Use the sticker on your driver's door for the correct PSI. Habit 6. Revving the engine before shutting it off. Some drivers think revving the engine before turning it off is good for the car. In reality, it dumps raw fuel into the cylinders, washes away protective oil, and contaminates the system. Modern engines are designed to shut down cleanly at idle. No dramatic rev needed. Better habit: after heavy driving, let the engine idle for 10–15 seconds to stabilize temperatures, then shut it off smoothly. Habit 5. Resting your foot on the clutch. Manual drivers often keep their left foot lightly pressing the clutch pedal, but even slight pressure partially engages the clutch, causing it to slip and overheat. A new clutch can cost $1,500–$3,000, and once it starts slipping, there's no cheap fix. Better habit: keep your foot completely off the clutch unless you're shifting. Use the dead pedal, that flat spot to the left, to rest your foot. Habit 4. Treating your car as a storage unit. Hauling around unnecessary junk doesn't just make your car messy, it makes it less efficient. Every 100 pounds of extra weight reduces fuel economy by about 2% and increases wear on your suspension, brakes, and tires. Better habit: clean out your trunk and back seat monthly. Keep only essentials like a spare tire, tools, and emergency supplies. Habit 3. Downshifting to slow down. Engine braking looks and feels cool, but relying on it too much transfers stopping force to your transmission and clutch instead of your brakes. Brakes are cheap to replace, transmissions are not. A set of brake pads might cost $200, while transmission work can run $2,000 or more. Better habit: use your brakes for everyday stopping. Save engine braking for long downhill stretches where brake overheating is a concern. Habit 2. Ignoring warning lights. That glowing check engine or oil pressure light isn't just a suggestion, it's your car screaming for help. Ignoring it could mean turning a $50 sensor replacement into an $8,000 engine rebuild. For example, a loose gas cap might trigger a check engine light, but so can a failing oxygen sensor. Left unchecked, that damages the catalytic converter, which costs thousands. Better habit: get warning lights diagnosed immediately. Even if it turns out to be something small, you'll sleep better knowing your engine isn't at risk. Habit 1. Mixing different engine oils. This one shocks a lot of drivers. Pouring in whatever oil is available, different viscosities, or mixing synthetic and conventional might seem fine, but it creates unpredictable chemical reactions. Oil isn't just oil. Each type has a unique formula with detergents, dispersants, and additives. Mixing them can neutralize those benefits, or create sludge that clogs oil passages. Worst case, oil starvation and complete engine failure. Better habit: always use the exact oil type and viscosity recommended for your car. Keep a spare quart of the right oil in your trunk for emergencies. So which of these habits are you guilty of? Let me know in the comments and be honest, because I know most drivers have done at least a few of these. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to stop abusing their car before it's too late.